everyone. So I decided that I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel. I know a lot of people do this. It's like a series where they talk about different things. So on my channel, I figured I would talk about like blindness, how I do certain things as a blind person, like how I clean, how I cook, how I Now, some of these videos are going to be repeats because I did them already, but they're going to be a lot quicker because I know that when I talked about like how I manage money, I was like showing you everything I use. I was like showing you all the change purses I have and all the all the little like money identifiers. Um, and the same with the medicine. I was like showing you my pills and how I fill my pills and stuff. So yeah, but today I figured I would do a video. I'm gonna start the series. I'm trying to figure out like a day of the week to do this. I'm thinking Thursdays I'll do it. So today, what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna start today. So it's just like a series on how I do certain things as a blind person. So basically, let's see. Today I will talk about. Now, if you see a repeat of stuff, because like I said, I'm going to do a repeat, like how I manage money, how I manage medication. Like I said, it's going to be a lot shorter, so it'll just be like me quickly explaining it. So today I'm going to do the first topic, and I'm going to be talking about how I clean as a blind person. So how I do cleaning, like cleaning the table, cleaning the floor, vacuuming, mopping, things like that. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start out by saying that I live with my mom, so I don't do all of the cleaning, but there is like a decent amount of cleaning that I do. So as far as when it comes to cleaning the table, like I have to, well, this is common sense anyway, even if I wasn't living with my mom, but I have to wipe the table after I finish eating. Obviously, I would do it if I was living at home, if I was living in my own place as well. So I don't typically wipe the whole table because it's just me and my mom, so I just wipe like my area and she wipes her area of the table. Unless, of course, like it was just me here and I had a bunch of like people over or whatever, like my friends, and I would wipe the whole table. So as far as wiping the table is concerned, I do it in a grid. So what I usually do is I take the sponge or the rag, whatever I'm using, and I go from side to side. I go from left to right. I move up a little bit, go left to right, move up a little bit, go left to right, until I'm all the way at the edge of the table, or I'm out of like my area of the table, like where, because when it's just me eating dinner, I just like, and I'm not using the whole table, I just clean like where I sat, because it wouldn't make sense to clean the whole table if it wasn't even used, unless of course it needs it, but if it's not being used, it wouldn't. So yeah, so I'll go like from left to right first, and then I'll go from like up and up and down motion. So I'll go up and down, move to the left a little bit, go up and down again. And then once I get to the edge of the table, then I do like a circular motion with the sponge just to make sure I got everything. And then I'll often feel the table, I'll dry the table, see if I missed a spot. And if I did, I'll go back and do the spot that I missed. It is harder to clean as a blind person, but I just do the best I can. And since I live with my mom, she just would clean whatever I missed. But when I live by myself, I'll just have to be very careful of that. So yeah. So I'm also want to talk about how I brush crumbs off the table. Now, I went to a training center and a few years ago, and I was taught this technique, and I think it's a really good idea rather than brushing crumbs all over the floor, because then you have to vacuum the floor, and then it's like, well, what's the point? So what I was taught was to take a paper plate, a paper towel, put the paper plate like right under like the edge of the table or the counter or wherever I'd be cleaning. And that way, what I do is I take the crumbs, put the crumbs in a pile with the paper towel, and then just brush the crumbs onto the paper plate, and the paper plate will catch all the crumbs. The only bad part of this is you're wasting a paper plate for that, but it's better than getting crumbs all over the floor. So then what I do is I just take the whole paper plate and throw it in the garbage. So I just throwing away all the crumbs rather than just putting them all over the floor. So you can also put the crumbs in your hand and then just like dump them onto the paper towel, but I feel like that's a little bit harder. So I just like this way a lot better. And when I was at the center, they actually put like rice. They put sugar and rice on the counter on purpose, like this to see how well I would clean it up, and I did pretty well cleaning it up. And they put a lot there too. Sweeping, I don't really sweep, but I learned how to do it. You just do it in a pattern. You just put all the dirt in a pile, and then you just scoop it, just sweep it into the dustpan, and then you throw it in the garbage. But we don't really sweep, so I don't do that. As far as mopping, I don't mop. My mom does that. But again, you would just kind of like, I would just stay in a pattern. I feel like it would just be like a bigger form of cleaning a table. Vacuuming. So yes, I do vacuum. Since I live with my mom, I don't vacuum the whole house unless she's away or something, or if I made a big mess and there's like a part of the house that I need to vacuum that I don't normally vacuum, then I will. But for the most part, I just vacuum my bedroom. And what I'll do is I will stay in a pattern. So kind of like wiping the table, like I go in a grid. So first I'll start by the door, stand there, vacuum by the door, move the vacuum like a little to the right, a little to the left, just go backwards, forwards, and then I'll just keep on going. I'll just keep on walking farther into the room and just do the same thing. Go move to the left a little bit and do it in a pattern. I also vacuum without shoes. I do it barefoot, so that way if there's crumbs on the rug that I'm missing or something, I'll feel it with my feet and I'll know to go over that area that I missed. And I also hold the cord so I don't vacuum up the cord. But sighted people do that too, so that's not necessarily a blindness thing. So yeah. Let's see. As far as dusting, so I do dust, like I said. I don't dust the whole house, but I do dust my bedroom. So I have 2 dressers and a nightstand I have to do, and then I have a little shelf that I keep like all my lotions and stuff on that my brother made me. So my brother made it, and my mother painted it so it would match, and he put it up in my room because we didn't know like what else we would do with it. So that's sometimes I have to dust that. So basically what I do is I just clear off everything off the furniture. I know some people just dust around everything, but that's kind of hard. So I just like clear it off. So that's just empty space. And then I just go in a grid like I do at the table, go left to right, and then up and down, and then in a circular motion. So usually what I use is I use the Mr. Clean. It's like the Murphy's oil. I'll put that in a bucket, take a rag, or else I'll use like the spray dust and just put that on a rag, like put a little of that on a rag and then start dusting, and then just dust the dresser. So that's how I do the dusting. And I also dust my fan blades. The ceiling fan blades have to be cleaned as well. So obviously I shut the fan off, and then I take a ladder. We have a little ladder that folds, and take that, I step onto it, and then I start. So what I do is I take the fan blades. I usually, for this, it's easier to just use the Mr. Clean stuff. So I just take it, I just put the rag, just fill it up in a bucket with water, and then some of the Mr. Clean stuff, and then just dip the rag in, wring it out in the bucket, and then I'll just scrub each fan blade. Now with the fan blades, since they're small, I don't necessarily go in a pattern. I kind of just make sure I just clean the whole thing, just wipe it down, and then I'll hold it so that it doesn't spin around on me, and then I'll just kind of like spin it to get to the next one. And then usually like in between, like after you dust each blade, you're supposed to rinse it. Like you put it back in the bucket and then rinse it. But for me, that would be kind of tricky because I wouldn't remember like which one I already did, and yeah, I'd have to like keep coming on the ladder and keep coming off the ladder and climbing back up. So I just kind of just dust like all at once, and I just like rub each fan blade, the front, the back, the edges of it, just to get all the dust off of it, and then I vacuum after I dust everything. So, yeah. So, let's see. As far as the bathroom, I do clean the bathroom. So, my mom, she goes, like, into detail. Like, she'll, like, do, like, the deep cleaning. Like, if there's any, like, if she sees any, like, soap scum on the wall or something, or stains on the wall, she'll bleach it. But I do, like, just what needs to be done weekly. Just, like, cleaning the tub, cleaning the toilet, cleaning the sink, things like that, cleaning the counter. So, as far as cleaning the toilet, I just put a little bit of Comet in, let it sit, and then take the toilet brush and just, like, move it around in a circular motion, just clean the toilet, and then, you know, let it sit for a little bit longer and then flush it. Let's see, for the tub, it's the same thing. I just put Comet in the tub and just run some water, and then just clean the bottom of the tub, the sides, the bottom. I don't really worry about the walls as much because, like, sometimes there could be, like, stains or something. So a lot of the times, like, if we have guests or something, my mom will do that. But I'll make sure I just clean, like, the bottom of the tub. I kind of go in, like, a pattern because the tub's a little bit bigger. So I do the bottom, the sides of the tub, not the wall, but just, like, the sides going up. If that makes sense. And then as far as the sink, basically what I do is we have, like, a spray cleaner that I use. So I don't know what it's called or anything, but we have, like, spray cleaner. I just use whatever we have on hand. So I'll just take, spray some of that on a rag and then clean the sink. And then I'll just kind of, like, just move it around the sink. I'll do, like, go in, like, a circular motion. And then as far as the toilet, I have to also clean, like, the toilet seat, like the actual seat you sit on, the edges of the bowl, the lid. So what I usually do is I use that same rag that I used to clean the sink, but I clean the toilet last. So that way there's no, so you're not getting bacteria from the toilet in the sink because that's disgusting. So I do the toilet last, and then we could just wash the rag. So, yeah. But anyway, let's see. Is there anything else? Let's see. So I talked about how I do the tub. Oh, the bathroom mirrors I do every, like, once in a while. So basically what I do is just spray a little Windex on a paper towel and just go in the pattern until I hear it squeak, like when it's squeaky clean. So I just kind of, like, just go up and down. I remember one time I kind of have to, like, hold the mirror and do it gently because one time I did it a little too hard, and I was a little kind of forceful with the scrubbing, and I nearly pulled the mirror out of the wall. So my brother, he took it down, and because that's the last thing we want, for us to be in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden the mirror falls down and shatters all over the floor. So yeah, but he fixed it. So I just have to do it very gently so that I don't pull the mirror out of the wall. So yeah. So let's see, is there anything else? So I don't think so. I mean, sometimes I clean my iPhone screen and stuff, but that's, I just put some Windex on a paper towel and just, like, scrub the whole thing. That's, like, nothing. As far as doing dishes, do dishes just like anybody else would. You just wash it off, just, as far as the dishwasher, I just load it just like anyone else would. My mom does, like, she puts the soap in and she starts it, but as far as loading it, I do that. I unload it just like anyone else. So I don't really do it differently that way. So yeah, but I think that's it for my how I clean video. So today is currently Friday, the 15th of September. So I want to start doing this. I think I want to start this on Thursday. So I'm going to have, like, some videos pre-recorded. So that way, like, on Thursdays I could just, I could just have one ready. Especially with me, like, doing my internship and all, I'm going to want to have a video, like, ready to go. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to go now, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.